Hi guys, welcome to another episode of our podcast on this health channel. And today we plan to discuss around the subject of labor and delivery for my wife. And I think this is one issue that we've had an episode before and we want to...
Yeah, we spoke about my pregnancy journey. Like that.
So we want to go through the labor, delivery and some of the health tips that we had. Hopefully, we can probably give some insights. Again, we are not medical experts, so please, we're just trying our best to share our own journey, also to document for generation to come and something we can look back and see as time goes on. So without much ado, I have my co-host, my beloved sweet wife.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're here together, and hopefully we love to share some insights. So I think I'm going to be doing the question because...
Yeah, it's going to be like a Q&A session, kind of.
Don't be make carry the belly.
But at least, supporting citizens. So.
Yeah, okay. So let's hit the home run real quick. So the first question is, what would you advise someone on how to prepare for childbirth? What steps did you carry out yourself to prepare for childbirth?
Okay. Yeah, I think one thing that I, even throughout my pregnancy, I was always, I think I mentioned this when we spoke about the pregnancy journey, I was always trying to keep myself informed on how, the best practices kind of, at least I'm obviously not the first person to, have a child. So, people before me have documented things that they've gone through, documented just tips that are useful. So UC was my friend. You see me every time, even in the lab, I'll just plug my headset, start watching videos. And one thing that we were told, so we had birth classes that we attended, physical ones. And one thing that they always emphasize is that listen to positive birth experiences. Because if you fill your head with negative ones, you're almost going to... It's not as if, obviously it can go anyway because medical history, things like that. But what they always advise, listen to positive birth stories. So that's what I paired my head with.
So basically, you are what you listen to.
They call it affirmations, positive things. So I was just filling my mind with positive birth stories, people that I was obviously not listening to. Oh, this one happened to me while something will happen. So I didn't want to listen to anything negative. So I was just filling my mind with positive things. And people some people that you just meet them on the road and then they want to volunteer some negative information that block my ears and keep it moving. So I just found out that the positivity, that surrounding myself with positivity actually helped a lot, and positive information. So yeah, I know they always say that what they call plan for the best or something.
Expect the worst.
Yeah, exactly. So I know a couple of people mentioned that, but I was saying no. Even when we had the last appointment with my OB, sorry. Yeah, so he was mentioning that he was going to induce me.
Sorry.
And like that.
So again, for those, okay, I believe
anybody that's
you're listening to this. But let's help someone, probably someone who does not have an OB or who is an OB.
So OB, I think the full is OBGYN.
Okay.
So that's obstetrics and gynecologists. So they're the ones that help with help pregnant women with the whole antenatal, prenatal, anyway, during your pregnancy, they're the ones that are helping with seeing everything is going okay, a doctor that specializes with women and childbirth.
Okay, yeah, so you can continue. So you spoke with your OB.
So no, the last appointment we had, my OB was saying that he was going to induce me, and because I think at that time I was 38 weeks, I believe, and it was if I don't go into labor, he was going to induce me because in his own quote-unquote experience, that he found out that first-time mothers have trouble going into labor on their own, so they have to be helped to get into labor. But I told him that no, I was not going to need that, and then I'm hoping to go into labor myself. And obviously, I've watched a lot of videos to naturally get things moving along. So watching positive things help me. Here too, we are sharing our own positive kind of journey. So
you can watch us. Please watch us. So yeah, so looking at this, that means you're big on what people listen to, vis-a-vis implementing those things, and that will be the next part of the story I wanted to share, because it's one thing in my little journey of my health journey. you can listen and listen and listen, even setting this place up.
Yeah.
You can listen and listen and listen and listen and listen without implementing anything. So, but before we go into it, what about the place of the doula and techniques? Did you also see techniques online? How helpful was it to get birthing techniques?
Okay, yes. So I think I'll start with the whole landscape of. There's some people are not familiar with the concept of a doula.
Okay.
I never knew anything about a doula until I got here, like until I was pregnant and everything. And I had friends that were pregnant and everything, and they talked about doula. I was like, what is doula? So let's Google it. Like, what is a doula? So, like, what do they do? So they also are not medical experts. So they don't go to school to like study medicine. But they call it alternative medicine. I wonder why. But conventional.
Once you're not certified, yeah,
alternative. So, but the medical doctors, the ones that go to school, are the OBs. We have the midwives that also help the OBs, or sometimes they work independently.
Or let's use doctors. So that someone who, this is our word, we have short attention span. So rather than say OBs, let's just say doctors.
Okay.
To help them.
Okay, yeah. So, like anybody that's pregnant should be familiar with OB. But anyways, let's say doctor. So the OB doctor, the doctor, he's the one that has been trained in like medical school to help with pregnancy and everything to the end of pregnancy. So once baby comes out, that's where his work ends. So we have the midwives as well. So the midwives are the ones that usually they say if you don't want to like here, I don't know, obviously I've not had a child in Nigeria, but here what they say is that if you don't want to what's the word, receive intervention because usually they say doctors push more for interventions like trying to induce you, trying to get you on I don't remember what this thing is called, like when
I know it, I remember
that anyway, like I think
we'll probably put it on the screen.
This intervention where you don't feel the pain, you don't feel the labor pain.
Okay, please go.
I'll remember later. So usually the doctors push for that. Usually midwives are more like natural. Let's go the natural route. Then if anything happens, then they will send you to the hospital. So usually what
about if it's too late? I'm just thinking.
So they would have examined you to see if you're high risk or if you're low risk. So throughout my pregnancy, I had no issues.
So that means the alternate medicine depend on the results from the medical people.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Because the low risk and high risk could be determined by the doctor, OB.
Yeah, I think probably there are policies around that. Maybe if you're high risk, they will not accept you as a patient. Like the midwives will not accept you. But anyway, if you are low risk, then they will advise you to go to a midwife. If you want to birth naturally, or you want to go the natural route, that you want to labor naturally without maybe pitocin or anything added to your body, or you want to give birth the natural way, maybe you want to do a water birth or things like that, they will advise you to go to a midwife instead, because they are more welcoming of those ideas. But a doctor is just land on the table, inject you with anything that they want to inject, they don't want to bring the baby out. So whichever means
based
necessary.
On things they've learned.
Yeah.
Because I always love to put it that they are also acting based on research, things they've learned.
I'm not blaming. It's not as if they are trying to cause like something bad to happen to you. Their own goal is that let the baby come to this world safely and fast. So you don't waste your time.
Also, so they can make some money.
But anyway, so that's the point. So those are midwives. So now the doula is just I will not say like a midwife, but kind of similar. So they don't do the like birthing. So they don't birth the babies. They don't like welcome the babies to the world. All they do is to help with like labor, the whole labor process, labor positions, birthing positions, to teach you. It's more like teaching you and just being there. So they're just present there when you need, like in the labor, in the delivery room.
In a Nigerian context, an educated housemaid.
No,
something like that, really.
Yeah, so because they do help. Yeah, they do help. Like okay, so in my experience, at least here.
Let me say house help. Let me put it that way.
Wait.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They are not glorified. They are not educated. Sorry, then. So, but yeah, I think I believe it's China or Korea. I don't remember the country. that they also have things like that, like a doula service, where like once you have a child, doula takes care of the child. Your own work is just to rest and recover while they take care of the child, prepare meals for you, clean the house, just like the doula we had. So anyway, we had two doulas. We had a labor doula and we had a postpartum doula. So the labor doula, her work was just like giving education. Essentially. So to educate me on labor positions, birthing positions, and how to prepare your mind for the whole labor process, because it's tedious. I cannot lie. It's not like you just maybe hitting your leg on wood or something like that. It's something that you mentally prepare for, as well as you're preparing your body for. So also like all these natural tips to get your body into the labor process. That was her work, to help me to. It's more like education, and just that's what the labor doula was for. And then during the delivery, she was there to ensure like.
So the labor doula too, she also can come before to see if there are things that due to pregnancy you can't carry out. And let's say you don't have a partner.
Yes.
She's also going to help you. So
yes,
again, I think the whole why again, please don't quote me out of context.
Because because you're saying house help is you know how house help is.
I know, as in, but if you look at it from someone like the modern ones, I'm not talking about those ones that you bring from village, begin to beat them, they sleep in your house and stuff. No, there's the modern one where someone will come, let's say from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Help you out.
Go home.
Exactly, and go home. So it's something like that. That's my premise. Not like I'm not saying that comes from village.
Let me say like an assistant.
Exactly.
Yes, something like a house assistant.
Yeah,
things like that. So that's what her work. That's what she did for me. So her work ended when I gave birth to my son, and the postpartum doula. Her work was also to help me with recovery. Come like if I need help in the house, since I should not be working, I should be resting, and like help with cooking, help with cleaning the house, taking care of the baby. Like if I want to rest, she take the child so that I can get my rest. So that was what she was doing. Well, we didn't let them do their work. So because my husband was here helping me, so I did.
Bless you.
And also because we are here now, and both doulas are not Nigerians. So even if they wanted to cook for me, like I had to start almost teaching them to cook. Exactly. So, or telling them to go and watch YouTube video to come and I just said there's no need to stress them. So since my husband was already handling that, so there was no need for her to come and cook. So, but she did grocery shopping for me, and yeah.
So eventually, again, I think it's just that context, and something we might talk about, how people treat those people. And yes, but let's not go into that topic. So as a first-time mom, the expectations were low in your performance. That means they felt you would practically maybe begin to slap me, or that you caused this pain and different stuff like that. So what would you say, what you were expecting versus what you got? Do you get the question?
Yeah,
because there's this whole mirage that you might not
go crazy.
Yes. So what was your expectations and what did you get?
Yeah, I think because first of all, I already had that kind of like understanding. I'd already filled my mind with positivity. So obviously, I even watched like people giving birth. I watched like people that record videos of them in their labor process. So like the whole
that's one thing I can never do.
Like showed everything, like even up to the birth, like even videos of a woman giving birth, you see the baby coming out. I already watched those videos just to, because I told you when I was
sorry, I'm having goosebumps. Please go.
Yeah, when I was younger, I had this fear of childbirth. Like not even childbirth, blood. I didn't just like to see blood. Like even if I had a wound, it just felt somehow to see blood. So I knew that I was going to bleed in giving birth. So I said, okay, let me just prepare my mind and just watch the video and face my fears. So I decided at least the baby was already in me. It had to come out somehow. So I decided to just watch videos, just face my fears and then overcome it. So I was comfortable enough to watch a birthing video. I'm comfortable enough to watch like a labor video. So I already watch people going through the whole labor process, and I don't see them shouting or yelling or beating anybody. So I say, okay, fine. This is possible, that you don't have to go crazy with anything. So I said, okay, fine. My mind was already prepared that things will go on fine. And I think one beautiful thing, yes, we trust God. One beautiful thing that they tell you here, especially my doula, she always keeps reminding me that your body was designed to do this. So it's not something strange. Your body has been preparing for 9 months to lead up to the whole birthing experience. So just let your body have a chance to do what it's supposed to do. And don't think, I think one thing I noted down is that don't think of it as pain. Think of it as pressure. So that's conditioning your mind to, I'm not saying this.
That's deep. Don't think of it as pain. Think of it as force over area.
Pressure. So in your mind,
you're not a science student, I'm sorry, but that's pressure.
Yeah, so in your mind, or rather in my mind, I was just thinking, okay, this is, even when I was feeling what I was feeling, I was saying, okay, this is pressure. I'm going to see my son soon. So that was what was in my mind. So I was not really thinking about that in the pain at that moment. Just like, okay.
Looking at the glory thereafter. She's preaching good. She's preaching good. Looking at the glory set before you.
Yeah.
How the Romans say it again? You counted all this. Oh God. Let's continue.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's
so I wanted us to be a bit specific.
Okay.
What are the things you expected? So let's look at pain. Okay, let me just help. Pain on a scale of 1 to 10. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you expected maybe 25.
Yeah, I expected it to be bad.
Okay.
Obviously, they will tell you that, like, even if you have a high pain threshold, there's nothing that compares to the pain of maybe childbirth or even labor stuff. And the thing that about this whole labor process is the contraction. They say that when you're having contraction, you will know that you're having it, because it's not okay. The first thing, like when they start, is like period pain. Fortunately for me, or unfortunately, I never had period pain, so I didn't know how that felt like. So I didn't know what to compare it with. So I was like,
threshold.
Okay. Exactly. So I was like, I think that time I was telling you that prepare me to be able to withstand pain. And
I don't know if you break your heart.
No. So what he was doing for me was helping me to press my feet. There's one part of my feet that is painful. So I just said, okay, press it. And then what I was trying to do is just to remove my mind from, why are you laughing?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, what I was trying to do is to remove my mind from that pain, because they will tell you what we were told is that pain is mental. It's more mental than it is physical. Obviously, you feel pain physically, sure. But if you can remove yourself from that thought, I think that's another thing that I don't know. Maybe I've gotten these professionals that do that. Like, they will be causing you pain in one area, and then they'll be distracting you with something else. So you not really feel the effect of that pain. So just like a mental conditioning. So that's what we were. I was trying to learn to do on my own, to be able to remove my mind from that area of pain and focus on something else. So I think that helped. I believe that helped. Yeah.
Okay, so that's on pain. Mm-hmm. What about expectation based on, let's say, OB or doctor relationship, listening to your demands at then. Look, before we go to the medical part, what about the things you plan to do? I know you had a birth plan.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see yourself follow the plan throughout?
Okay. Yeah. So the birthing plan, a whole ball game. So I think one of the classes we attended, they said prepare a birth plan, and I think my doula also mentioned it. So I prepared a birth plan. I even went to go and submit in the hospital that this is my birth plan. For them to follow.
She was so detailed. She had the songs. I think you had.
Yes, I had a playlist of songs to listen to. I thought like my whole labor thing was going to be long. I was expecting it to be long. I didn't know it was going to be
as a first time mom.
Yeah, so I was saying, okay, it's going to be long. I already had a list of songs for labor and delivery. They talked about getting a what do they call it, like a song, something to be playing in the background. I even had messages to listen to. Ooh. So that's to remove your mind. I think the whole is just remove your mind from what is happening at that moment. So I already had a playlist. We already had essential oils. My doula already got essential oils when she was coming, which you didn't even use.
What the oils are for? What?
Aromatherapy. So when you're perceiving something pleasant, you're not really thinking about pain.
Wow. Okay. And they look different ways.
What is that?
I mean, in my longer fasting journeys, so that maybe, guys, please go on.
So things like that. So I already had a full detailed plan. I prepared it. And then, initially I wanted to have a water bath. I think you knew about that. I spoke to my OB, my doctor. And then he said he doesn't do water bath. That if I wanted to do a water bath, I think at that time I was maybe 32 weeks or so pregnant. And then he was like, I have to get a midwife if I wanted to do water bath. So I called the midwife. They said, they are fully booked I was supposed to have baby June, July. They said they were already fully booked. So that could not happen. So I said, okay, fine. Let me just, since I'm not going to get the water bath, let me just do water labor and then give birth like on the bed. So I already had everything was documented, my labor plans, my delivery plans, the position I wanted, my birthing position. I told them, they didn't answer me, but anyway, I just had everything detailed. It was annoying that I could not get what I really wanted, but at least everything worked out fine. But anyway, the birthing plan I felt it was helpful because there's some things that you would not really think about that are, and we had there's a form you can download online. So it just helps you. Like
a template?
Yeah, a template. So you can download it and then fill it out if something you're interested in. So fill it out and I think it helped me. And even though they did not follow it in the hospital, but maybe if my second one, the midwives actually follow. So the midwives actually follow things like that compared to doctors.
Okay. So away from the birthing plan, what other things, if you were to share your experience? So let's go into details before we get to the doctor or medical aspect. From the contractions, as you said, from contractions, did you have your labor at the hospital? Did you have it at home? And from that contraction to labor and to giving birth, what were the
time frame?
Yeah, and the things you could say. I know it's pretty much a while now, but the things you could just deduce personally from that experience. So let's start with the time from contractions down to labor. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the thing is that I think here in the US, they always try to study everything. So, even though it was well studied that, the whole labor process, there's a time frame they'll tell you, they'll teach you, which not everybody follows, but at least I think they will say most people follow, which is not quantifiable. But anyway, so what they'll tell you is that once your construction starts, before that, there's something they call, oh my God, they call it false labor. I'm trying to remember the actual name. What they call the Braxton Hicks, yes. Okay. Braxton Hicks contraction. So that's like a false contraction. That means the baby is not term yet, but you start having that contraction. So they'll say, is your body preparing itself for the actual thing? Sometimes I'll feel something and they'll tell you it's almost like period pain. I said, I don't have period pain. I don't know how this thing feels like. Let's say, okay, maybe your stomach will just tighten, you feel like you're kind of wrapping around. I did not feel anything wrapping around. I felt like maybe my belly tightened at them sometimes. So they'll say, okay, maybe your labor is near. My labor was not near that time. I started feeling it. I think I was maybe 2-3 weeks or 4 away from when I actually had my son. So, but anyway, I started feeling those Braxton Hicks, but when the real thing came, I knew it was coming. I wasn't fully sure because they say first time moms, it will last for sometimes 24 hours, 48 hours. So I didn't want to start raising an alarm. But I think that time I woke up, it was 11 p.m. the day before I had him. So it's around 11 p.m. when I woke up, because normally you wake up to urinate because you're pregnant and the baby is pushing on your bladder. So I woke up normal, went to urinate, and then I saw they call it bloody show. That's what they call it here. Where you have some blood coming out. So when I peed, I wiped, I saw blood. I was like, okay. They'll tell you the period is the labor is near. It may not be near. It may be 48 hours away. It may be. So there's always a lot of variables. So I was like, okay, fine. I have this blood issue, but let me not make a big deal out of it. So when I came back to the room, I tried to lie down to sleep. Sleep was not coming. Then I woke you up. That please, at least get fuel for the car, in case anything happens. At least we don't have to be running around looking for fuel. So he went to get fuel, came back. We call it gas here. So he went to get gas and came back, and they were just looking at each other. I was like, okay. So I was feeling some contractions were mild in my books, I call it mild, but that's what I felt. So I said, okay, let me text my doula. So I texted her. But funny enough, she was awake. So I texted her that time that, I'm feeling some contractions. So I was like, okay, just let her know if she should come. But like, she should wait. Like, if it's still mild, there's no need for her to come because you're staying in a different city.
Yeah.
Driving like an hour just to come and be looking at each other and nothing's happening. So I said, okay, let her wait until.
It's my controversial with one. We don't want that here. We Again, I don't support insult, but that's just a typical way of how to say, see me.
Yeah, because she's an older,
she's
older woman. I think she's in her 40s or so, almost 50s. So she's an older woman. So anyway, I texted her around, I think around like 1 a.m. or so that, I'm feeling some contractions. I don't know how long it will take. But she was like, should she come? I said, no, just wait a bit. I'll let you know when to come. So I think probably like maybe an hour, maybe 30 to 40 minutes later, then the contractions were getting stronger. So they would say timings. I did not time anything because I was like, I'm not timing anything. But I think, one thing that I learned was that just sit on the birthing ball. I had a birthing ball. So I sat on it. I'll just, there are a lot of things they tell you, like just roll your waist. So that's what I was busy doing on the ball.
So you saw this one too on YouTube?
Yes. And also my doula mentioned it too. Okay. So it was one of the things we practiced before that time. So I sat on the birthing ball. I was just trying to they would tell you just keep moving, and like at the early stage just keep doing what you not typically do on a normal day. Don't really put too much attention to the labor or the contraction. Just continue what you're doing.
Do you
do and let the labor do their own. So I just sat on the birthing ball. I was just trying to ensure that I kept moving. And so later I saw that this thing is getting more intense. So I think I texted her that she could come. I think that was like maybe to 3 or so. So she drove down. She got here around maybe 4. So she was like, do I want to? I don't know, what was I doing at that time she came? I think I was just lying down on the couch. So she was saying that, it might be a while. I should try and get some rest. So I just lay down and trying to sleep. But obviously I was not sleeping. But at some point you helped me to get lemon tea. So there's this tea I used to drink, raspberry leaf tea. So I think they say it helps with labor naturally. So before then I drank raspberry leaf tea. I was drinking it religiously almost every day. I mean every day, Seth. And then close to 40 weeks, they'll say maybe twice in a day just to get things moving. Then
without sugar.
No, just the tea. No milk, no sugar. Just
dropped in my mind that put down one. I say,
Milo.
God bless the sister. We are shedding bomb on the raspberry. Look, come on. Yeah, continue.
So those are the things that actually helped. So drinking I don't know whether it helped, but that's what I did. So I drank raspberry leaf tea. Then keep yourself active, like even around the house. So I ensure that was the time I was always the one doing the cleaning. I think I don't do the cooking, but I was trying to do the cleaning. Then going down, I think I was still going to school anyway. I was going to the lab, so walking to the lab, walking back, just to keep myself active, not just sitting down at home. So just keep yourself active, keep yourself moving, do things around the house. I think that also helped to get things going naturally. So, but anyway, so when she came around like 4, I was lying down in the bed trying to get some sleep. That was the goal, to sleep. And I was just tossing and turning, just trying to get some rest. And I think at the point I felt like this baby was going to come. So I think I was telling you that I felt like I was going to poop. Mm-hmm. That you hear me call her. That time I already moved from the couch to the room. I was lying down in the room. So I told you, please let me tell her that I wanted to poop. You're saying that, why can't I just go and poop? I said no. She understand what I'm saying. So when you went to tell her, so she now came that I should try to see whether it is actually poop or the baby. So when I was trying to bear down, they said like bear down. When I was trying to bear down, then I felt that we now saw the blood coming. They were like, hospital, yeah. So
we should get there.
Yeah.
So I tried my best.
My husband was breaking all the speed. I was saying, all the traffic signs on this road.
The license I used that is
You broke all the...
No, I didn't break anything actually. It's only the speed limit.
You broke it's not part of it.
It's emergency now.
So anyway, we got to the hospital right in time, and then So I think, okay, you put me in a wheelchair because at that time, like, I felt like the people was going to come. So he put me in a wheelchair and took me because the birthing, what they call it, was on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
So we went through the elevator, went upstairs, and when I got down, they were trying to give me a form to fill. I was like, you see me?
But it was your birthing plan, no?
What? No, I already filled all the forms. I already filled all the forms and submitted it, but they wanted to sign a consent form, like
Okay.
I think I'm not sure it was HIPAA or something. There's one this thing, a rule that like I have to sign for them to even treat me at all.
Wow.
So that's what she was giving me to sign, but I could not sign it. So my husband signed it on my behalf. So I just said, just get me to the room. I'm ready to have this child. So when we got to the room, they had to check because I know from their experience, like some people will come in screaming, and then they will check.
Nothing.
They check. They call it dilation, and they will see that she's barely dilated, of maybe 3 centimeters dilation.
So that dilation is you can read about it.
Yeah, the opening of your
cervix.
Yeah, cervix. The opening of the cervix. So when they checked, and the maximum is 10 centimeters. So if you are still like 3 centimeters, 4, 5, 6, you're still in labor.
You're making noise.
You're just making noise. So they just keep you in one place to continue your labor. And if they want to speed things, then they will now start pitocin or things like that just to move things along fast. So anyway, by the time I got there, the doctor, the OB at that time, which was not my own OB, checked and saw I was 10 centimeters dilated, which means I was fully dilated. Just meant for the baby to come out, for me to push and for the baby to come out. So when she checked, they had to call my OB. So they're busy stalling. They didn't want me to push and bring the child out. So they're stalling, trying to just say that she waits. They're calling my OB.
Because you have a theory about that.
No, it's not a theory. So actually here, if your OB doesn't receive the child, he doesn't get paid.
But make it make sense. What about all the appointments you had?
No, that one is different.
Oh, okay.
So those ones you are obviously we pay.
Okay.
Every business we have. For those ones, the business are not more like $200. Yeah.
Seriously?
I was checking the bill.
Oh.
I'm not doing it. I was low risk now, so it's just to go and say, how are you doing? Check your weight, check your distance. So all those appointments are like $200, $300.
Wow.
Each appointment new.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just funny. You think maybe it's up to 1,000.
No.
Oh.
Each appointment. But I think the actual delivery, I don't know how much. I didn't put it in my folder because I was checking to see
it.
Yeah, so but I didn't see the cost of the actual delivery, but definitely it would be like thousands.
Yeah.
So that was
it would be thousands, obviously.
Yeah, so I guess that's what he was rushing. So I think that time we got to the office was like maybe 6 or so.
Yeah. He came in really fast.
So he came in fast. I was so surprised. I
me.
I think he was already in building. He was saying that another client of his was having a child, I believe, maybe maybe Brian or something.
Okay.
So anyway, he came maybe within like 5-10 minutes. He was already there. So then I had the child. So he just came. I gave birth maybe like 5-10 minutes after he came.
It was really fast.
So it was fast.
So what are the common labor and birth misconceptions that you think through your experience and when you had the baby? And what are those misconceptions what misconceptions can you really describe that you would say?
So I think the thing is that I think one thing that yes, your body is designed to do it, but I think information should not be downplayed. So the role of information, like them attending birth classes, attending labor classes, like totally helped, and watching things online totally helped me than just saying that, she's a woman, she can give birth to a child. Just like the same way they say, women, we can take care of a child on our own. I don't think so. I'll beg to differ. I say no, like information is actually important. So that's because there's this argument that say, like women, we're born to raise children, but actually the information is actually helping us to raise children and everything. So I'll say the role of information or education should not be downplayed when it comes to like labor, delivery, just like birthing positions, like the best position to be on, that you don't get tears, that you don't put the baby in trouble or things like that. So it's actually helped me. So the misconception is that we can do it on our own. Just leave the person to be doing whatever they like. So I think that's one misconception that should not.
But don't you think because of we're in a world where you don't know? I was speaking with someone recently, and he complaining about when you have an information, you have two sides, and both arguments usually will be really strong.
Yeah.
So you're arguing against, for instance, the conventional way of giving birth.
No,
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying you're making an argument. Let's say, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Someone making an argument against the conventional way and wants maybe water birth, or the Egyptian style. I think you showed me a picture of that style, and then you take that up, and then you go to another person, and the person begins to show you, the Egyptian style, the baby broke a head on the floor.
Yeah, true.
And
Yeah,
water, the baby suffocated. So it looks like there's always contrary opinion.
Yeah, just like I don't want to say it here. Like this whole vaccination issue.
Yeah.
It may be a different ballgame. Some people say, they're
We don't go post.
Okay, let's
debate from that.
So,
actually, that was the context of that discussion, though. But I'm just saying, contrasting, because you have that problem online, because everybody can post things. So eventually, you just go with it. So what do you think?
Yeah. So I think your intuition will still eventually.
So that means
no. Wait, chill. I'm going to explain. Like at the end of this whole body of knowledge, because I'm saying knowledge is important, but what you're listening to is also matters. See, if I was listening to somebody that say, natural way, trust they say here, trust the science, follow the doctors, whatever they say to do it. So if I was following the doctor, obviously I would have maybe been induced. I'm not saying it's bad. So if you're induced, it's not like it's a terrible thing. But I prefer personally to do things naturally, as much as I would love to, as much as lies in my power. So but so in this whole thing, so if I'm listening to this one body of set of people that believe that if you have like C-section, that's like the worst thing in your life. I'm not even talking, not even Nigeria. I mean, like even here.
I know.
Yeah. So like they'll make you feel like less of it.
Many things we believe in Nigeria, they do here. It's just maybe they will do theirs from another perspective, but eventually the goal will be the same. So
so they'll make you feel less of a woman if you maybe you're induced or C-section or things like that. They feel like maybe you're not capable.
I mean, even having blood transfusion too.
And
that church too is here. So
anyway, so that's a set of people.
Okay.
Now another set will say, I did something naturally and then this happened. Maybe a bad thing happened. Or maybe like water birth. Someone gave birth in water. Maybe the baby slid out too fast, hit his head somewhere, something happened. So there's always going to be a risk associated with any form, whether natural or unnatural. So, but for me personally, that's why we say we're not giving health advice. We're just sharing our own experience. So I will not say do this or do that. It's just that, this is the information I have, which I don't want to follow. So, but me, I just wanted to go the natural route, and thank God things went well. If things didn't go well, maybe I will not be sharing.
You just look up.
I just look up and I say, thank God for everything.
Things will always go well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then did you have challenges that you feel, challenges, things that happened that probably you didn't like?
Yeah.
I know. Calm down. But not just from medical. So let's leave the medical part. I'm pushing it to the end so that if they are watching it, they'll be tired.
Like I always skip to the end.
They will not know what. But this challenge on your part, like the things you emphasized and probably it didn't work out as much as you would want it to.
Aside from medical, I would probably say no, because I felt like at the time I did what I felt was, or what I knew to do. So I will not. Looking back, I will not say I have any regrets. There are things that I've learned from. So, for example, there's something that happened post the whole birth and everything that could have been mitigated if I had prepared for it better earlier, which was like exercising. Because I watch videos of people exercising, like even during pregnancy. I exercised, but not really that intense. So they'll say, if you exercise before, just continue. So probably I would have exercised more, maybe do some small strength training. I felt like it would have helped post-recovery. My recovery was fast anyway, but I just felt like there's something that could have been improved.
So this is optimization, not...
I have no regrets.
Okay. Yeah. So my point is that this one is...
challenges.
This is an optimization problem.
Yeah.
To get things faster.
Yes.
So that your audience will know, because in my own view... I mean, an average, a normal person would see you and still say that was very fast. So it's, but I know that, yeah, you want to be the top 1%.
No, I'm not trying to be the top 1%.
No, it's not bad, really. I mean,
it's not a competition.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
it's competition with yourself. You want to get better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like you're competing with anybody.
Yeah.
So let's go to the medical. So what were the challenges you faced medically? Do you think they infiltrated your plan and things you wanted to do?
So I'll leave the whole birthing experience to the end, but even during the whole going for antenatal prenatal prenatal appointment, prenatal appointment, and it was always pushing. He's kind of laid back person anyway. So
let's use this. So
I've been saying he since. So he is quite laid back, and he was.
Maybe because he's not a female OB.
But even the female OB.
I was trying to. That was a shit.
No, because even I spoke to a female OB before eventually I went with him.
Okay.
Yeah, so and then that one, I was looking at her profile. I was like, my mind was not really going with her. I'm not saying, okay, but like, look at me now. I should not say, because I had a child, therefore I can birth a child. I don't think I can, because there are a lot of situations.
A lot of things.
Exactly. Anything can happen, things like that. So
she feels so skinny. Like he was so in that dinner. So.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that I'm not even saying could go wrong, but things that can happen. Yeah. So, but anyway, but through one of the challenges that I had with him was throughout, like sometimes I'm suggesting, some natural thing. I say, I read this thing. He say, I don't know anything about that. I'm like, even if you don't know anything about that, I know you've been in practice for years. At least go and read about it. See something else aside from your medical books. Like you're a medical doctor, you're supposed to be like a wellness consultant. I'm coming to you, I'm trusting my life and life of my child, unborn child to you. So it should be you, yes, is my life. But at the same time, I'm showing that, I read something online. Maybe there's this natural way. You are saying Pitocin, I'm saying no, there's a natural way. Instead of you to say, I've not seen it before, let me go and check. You just say, he doesn't know anything about that. I just abrupt this thing. I don't do this, full stop. I don't do that, full stop.
So in his defense, again, I love to play the devil's advocate. That could be again because of maybe the laws around them. Once it's not FDA approved or medically,
And you just give a disclaimer. I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just obviously he has children.
He could do that for you, but you are a client at that point.
True.
And that could become a lawsuit. So again, I'm just trying to think from his perspective.
I get the point.
But I see your points really, because really when you have conversations with, they are just stuck on they're stuck on what
one reasoning.
There's and just like how we say, there's no overall outlook. So if let's say you were having neck pain, he can
next you start injecting something to your neck,
or he will tell you to go and meet a neck specialist or something. Like they don't have that
holistic.
I think we said it in our last episode.
Yes,
that's where our people, where one person will know how to treat leg, and I think so. I think it helps. It helps to give that overall view, because really, when, for instance, diet, apart from the fact that there was a day your blood sugar spiked.
Yes. So, sorry.
Yeah, please go.
So something about this whole diet thing. There was a time I during my pregnancy. So this should be pregnancy thing. So just backtrack, rewind. So I had low vitamin, which they didn't even know at the time actually, but we eventually discovered
because a friend has that actually.
What's that? Low iron.
No, not like that same issue with gum.
Oh yes,
and ear
pain.
Yeah.
So we found out, not even via medical doctors, that my vitamin C levels were low. So I had to take a whole lot of vitamin C supplements to get myself back up. They started feeling better. So and then I had during what they checked during my appointments was that I had low iron. So they prescribed low, iron supplements for me to take. But now somebody that actually is thinking holistically, you say, she had an episode of vitamin C deficiency. Now she's having low iron. And when I went to go and read by myself, which I was going to do by myself, that actually to help iron absorption, your vitamin C levels has to be high. The same thing, they work together. So somebody that is not saying that, just iron, just treat iron. Once the iron levels are up, fine. They're not looking at every other thing that is happening to you. So and I think watching Dr. Berg and everything has helped kind of. So just looking at this whole holistic, looking at the full picture of that, it's not just maybe an element. I think this whole blood sugar thing, When they checked my blood sugar and they saw that it was high, they were like, oh, what happened? I said that, oh, I just ate rice. Now, imagine I did not know about this whole like rice can spike your blood sugar. I would say, what's going on? What's taking me ahead? So something like that.
So that means eventually, and that's where research would fall short in a way. Thank God we are researchers too, because many times we go too narrow.
Yes.
Which you're trying to find a solution, so you go too narrow. But when you go too narrow, you would eventually cause another big problem.
Because like horse blinders.
Exactly.
Horse blinders, you block yourself. You're just facing when there are other things that could be happening, but you just say, okay, no.
So you could actually have another big problem. In short, you will most likely create another problem. Then you now have to pass it down to the next generation to find another solution.
And they to also zoom in on this small thing.
And so,
but truth be told, you can't know everything. You cannot study anything.
Sure.
Because
what about a system? So rather than like, okay, the human body is a system.
Yes.
So rather
collaboration.
Exactly. Or holistic, like as we encourage specialists, we should have people who try. If their brain no can carry out.
Yeah, that's what people they call them holistic doctors.
Oh.
But they are not. They don't call them medical doctors. They call them.
Oh.
So they don't. I don't think they went to school of medicine, but they just call them.
They just
holistic doctors.
Because that would really make sense, so that he can like make connections. Oh, the arm is doing this. Oh, there's a nerve from the foot that's making the arm do this. Not that you just start taking injection on the arm and say, get and that will make sense. So you feel that that narrow approach towards medicine was another problem that could have that could have been well managed. Yeah, what about the last one so that we can close this?
So now the actual birthing process. I think I'd mentioned earlier that he was saying that, he's going to induce me if I don't go into labor natural. I think that he mentioned I remember vividly on a Tuesday. That was my last appointment. That was supposed to be my last appointment before he was supposed to induce me. So that was on a Tuesday, and then I went into labor on a Friday. Right. So then he was like, oh, see you next week. You know, that what he said on Tuesday. Yeah, like see you next week. Like if I see you next week and you're still pregnant, induction. So I think he even told me that I should go and schedule it with the hospital, that in case of like, so they can reserve my room
space.
Yeah. So he had made that comment, but I said I didn't make any appointments. I didn't do anything about it. So when I went into labor, then he came. I was like, oh, he's shocked to even see me there and fully dilated at that time, that I didn't labor in the hospital and they didn't have to inject me with anything. So anyway, so now the birthing process. From my research and everything, I was like, I wanted to give birth on all fours, which is one of the birthing techniques. I think that's like the Egyptian style or something.
Yeah.
Very an old one, and it has been proven by not medical doctors, but people. But people have used the technique and everything. So I felt like, that's what I wanted to do. I was telling my doctor, I want to get on all fours. He said no.
For me, because I was almost all at all your appointments, he didn't object to it. He was like, just like, don't worry,
yeah. So by that time, because at that time, the baby was baby was already coming out. So because he wanted to see what was going on, so it was convenient for him. So I had already raised my bed up that so that he could see, like, bring baby out. And me, I wanted to turn to the other side, but he was like, no, that he would not be able to see anything. So he was looking at his own convenience and what is going to be helpful for him, not really looking
for his medical approach.
Yeah.
So it's not because
playing the devil. I know what you're trying to play the devil's advocate.
No, because here, people take the way people interpret things. They can say, maybe he wanted to have a better view. Exactly. So,
like, not even that. Like, if something had happened, it's possible for me to sue. So I think because just to avoid it, they just play by the books just to be safe. So I get that. But it's me that my mouth, I'm telling you that I want to get on. But anyway, he just turned me over and he said that was her. And then not so busy holding my leg.
Yeah.
I wanted to kick her, but I said no. So but I kick her because that's it. Because I'm not supposed to put hands on.
No. The shot is even from the entrance of the hospital.
Do this thing. So I just
criminal offense.
Yeah. So I was like, why she hold my leg? So anyway, she held my leg and then I gave her to the child. It was very annoying. That part was the most annoying thing in the whole process. Like nothing else annoyed me apart from that.
I witnessed it in real life.
So anyway, at the end of it, I think even the doula too she was looking at my face. She knew I was not happy. Later she was telling me that something like that happened. But anyway,
So lastly, what would be your advice to anyone about to begin this journey? Or probably, I know this journey is divided into 3 usually. So let's say they're in their first, third, or
Trimester?
second, third. I want to use 1 over 3. so the one third, 2 thirds, and so what would be your advice at the first 2 stages? The third stage, I think they can handle themselves, but just an advice for the starter.
I think the first, I think what I learned, like even before you get pregnant at all, you should ensure keep your body healthy. So avoid sugar, processed processed starches, flours, seed oils, things like that. Like we know the whole charade.
Again, so it's just an advice.
If you like, don't avoid it. It's just so that's the advice that we're giving. Like even one of the I think it was the birthing classes we went to, that lady was drinking coffee with sugar.
And it was even Coke.
Was it Coke?
Yeah. Okay, no, the first time it was coffee.
Boyfriend, the one that
I know. I remember. I mean, that was funny, really.
Yeah, so, and then
they give us food too at that place.
They give us snacks. That one was filled with a lot of bioengineered food. So anyway, we try to avoid bioengineered food, try to avoid sugar and things like that. Just try to be close to the run as possible. I think that actually helped me in my own journey. I didn't have any issues with preeclampsia or having issues with maybe gestational diabetes and things like that could potentially affect the child. Because we say potentially, but we don't know whether it's direct correlation, but potentially affect the health of both the child and the mother. I was consistent with my prenatals, except that time we traveled to Nigeria. And then on the way back, I didn't take my prenatals. That was the time I fell ill.
The deficiencies.
Yeah, so I would say pay attention to your diet. Because actually some people think that their diet don't actually affect the child's health, but actually does. Some people actually don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they just rely.
That's crazy.
Serious. Sometimes when I do some comments, I was like, what's going on in people's heads? But
even when you're breastfeeding, like they don't know that. Okay.
So I'll say pay attention to your diet. Like they'll say, like our prenatals are filled with folate. Like even when I take your prenatals, try to take the whole food prenatals, not the synthetic prenatals. Just try as much as possible. They are more expensive, definitely, but I don't think the health of a child can put the cost to it. But I would say for the first 2 stages, pay attention to your diet and exercise. Cut out junks. Like this is not the time for you to be saying I'm craving
ice cream,
or craving something, or like some people that are maybe smoking or drinking during pregnancy. Like there's one group I saw on Facebook that weed moms. Like I was like, just avoid. It's just 9 months now. Like maybe after you can continue, but at that point in time, just try and avoid anything that can potentially harm the child. So pay attention to your diet. Take your prenatals, prenatal vitamins, exercise. I'm not saying like maybe go to the gym and be lifting weights, but at least keep yourself active. Don't just sit down as much as possible, because some people say, no, my doctor said I'm on bed rest. So whatever your doctor says. But from my own, I would just say, just keep active. Clean your diet. Make sure you're as healthy as possible, because that's those formative months, those first 3 months or first 5 months is very beneficial or crucial to the health of your child. So those times, that's the time you're playing around with your diet. So anyway, that's the advice I'll give the first 2, I would say.
Okay. And that's it for this particular episode. I'm sure you must have had a great time. Again, you can tell someone about us, if this conversation blessed you. And also, if you've not seen a previous video on the pregnancy journey, I would advise you go to it and, just engage with the content. And again, if you have something we're saying that you disagree with, yes, we are open to
corrections.
Yeah, corrections.
Different views.
Yeah, and debate. And, who knows, we might also invite you if you're around here, or we can have you online join us. That's what we have for this week. Again, we hope to do this constantly now. I think we are much more better posed to do this
yes,
constantly now. And yes, till the next time, have a good one. Stay blessed.
Yeah, I think I think probably a later video I'm going to speak about like my recovery process, postpartum recovery.
Let's do that next week then.
Yeah,
next week it is, guys.
Bye.